There we go. And archived. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Not too many questions the past couple weeks here, but still a few things to cover nonetheless. First and foremost, you may have seen from the announcements community notes that we will be present at ETH Milan, which occurs tomorrow, the 26th through the 27th. And our very own Pandu will be present and representing and promoting the Sphere ecosystem, as well as connecting with other teams. So if you are there, make sure to swing by and say hello to Mr. Pandu. Shifting gears a little bit with respect to topics, with a surplus of scammers abound, especially as we push into more and more of a bull market, we want to emphasize the importance of only trusting reliable and official sources and channels. So, for example, there has been at least one fake scam chat group on Telegram pretending to be the official Prion account. So please remember that we do not have any Prion Telegram groups. Only the official Discord server and X accounts exist for Prion. Any other platform claiming to be Prion or any other products of Sphere for that matter is unofficial and very likely a scam. So we strongly recommend you report such groups so that they can be removed, and do not follow any of their announcements or click on any of their links unless it comes from official sources. And even then, please use due diligence to ensure safety and limit exposure to scams. All right, so that all aside, let's talk about the Sphere Discords for a little bit. You may have noticed that we have made some changes with respect to how the Engage bot works, and we had analyzed metrics on X and concluded that really the most important factor for reach is reposting. And so therefore, as you may have seen, from now on, rewards will only be earned through that reposting. So we still appreciate the likes and comments all the same, but only the reposts will actually receive the engage points. So we're going to continue analyzing our metrics, adjusting the engagement options in the future as needed, but this is where we are at this point with them. We also plan to refill the marketplace every 17th of the month at 1600 UTC, so that everyone can be prepared to exchange those points for rewards appropriately. We've also added a third button in the hashtag submit ticket section of the Sphere Discord for any and all engaged tickets moving forward. Hopefully that should also streamline the process as well. So at the end of the day, thank you all for the support that you've given us on the different social channels thus far. We really, truly do appreciate it. All right. With respect to Dyson and Prion, work continues on updating Dyson. For example, we've updated the WMATIC ticker symbol to WPOL, and also added compatibility with Coinbase's smart wallet. And we're also continuing to work on polishing out the second phase of Prion, as well as other ecosystem elements. Unfortunately, I do not have additional updates for you with respect to that at this time. But I did want to talk about fun fact market news. So the price of WPOL is still near its all-time low of the 2022 bear market. It was down to around 30 cents in June 2022. Then it pushed back up to over $1.50 earlier this year, before slowly making its way back down to around 40 cents this past month, despite news of the upcoming ag layer. Or I'm sorry, $1.50 earlier last year, I believe. Despite news of the upcoming ag layer, WPOL is still down at around 40 cents, as well as the integration of Fabric's VPUs for the next-gen ZK cryptography. So, in my opinion, this is just kind of fun fact market news, as I mentioned, but in my opinion, Polygon has always been at the forefront of innovation, but at the tail end of hype. which comes with its pros and cons, but nonetheless, the value the Polygon team is seeking to bring to the crypto space, at least in my opinion, remains significant, especially if they can pull it off within the next half year to a year and a half, and time will certainly tell. Why, hello, Pandu. I was talking about you earlier. One other thing I wanted to mention before we jump into the few questions we have for today is I saw this in chat. If anyone has any T-Sphere left over, please open a support ticket and we will help you withdraw your T-Sphere into Sphere. So I did see that come up and wanted to reiterate that for those who still have Sphere as T-Sphere. All right. So then, without further ado, jumping into some of the questions. The first wasn't really a question. It was just someone from a different team looking to discuss a partnership. So anyone listening, if you are yourselves interested in trying to reach out to Sphere or the Sphere ecosystem for a partnership, or know anyone else who is trying to do so, please make sure they're utilizing the appropriate routes. We do have these hashtag submit ticket section for this reason, for these types of discussions to be had in that setting. Of course, we're more than happy to direct people there as we need to, but also helps if we can get that right off the bat and prevents delays. All right, so that out of the way, the only question really for this week was from Mr. Burns of The Simpsons. What does the team think about Tapioca the protocol? I just learned about it. It felt like a Prion-like of some sort, and I discovered they were waiting for their full release just like us. So with respect to this protocol in particular, there may be some surface similarities, but there is plenty to differentiate between us. And with respect to this protocol and in general, beyond that, we really don't want to comment on other protocols. It's not really our space to do that. That's really on the edge of you guys as the users to differentiate between those and see those differences. So we did want to address that question because it did come up, but that's more or less all I have to say on that topic. All right. Let's see. I think this is a record for the fastest I have gone through the material that I wanted to cover for today. Definitely a record, I do so believe, but I always have a mind for those individuals who want things more concise. So I'm continuing to make an effort to do that for those individuals. And I just want to open the floor to you guys in the audience here in Sphere Discord and the AMA chat. Any immediate questions? Doesn't seem like it, which is okay. Similar to what I've said in the past, if people, yeah, I guess that's it indeed. If people don't have questions, I take that as a good sign. It means that hopefully we're doing a good enough job explaining things through the different chats when people are coming in having questions. Of course, we're always more than welcome to answer questions here as well. I know we're still kind of just in a pause waiting mode as things continue to develop, but good things come in time, and it does take time to develop things out fully. So with that, we appreciate your patience. We appreciate your continued support. Friendly reminder that it is soon the turn of the epoch. So if you do have any vote escrowed tokens, be sure to utilize those for any incentives that you may be able to acquire. Also, please check your Sphere locks if you have any yield locked Sphere to see if you need to either withdraw or relock that Sphere. But yeah, any other further future questions, be sure to drop them either in the different chats we have here on the Sphere Discord or the Prion Discord, or you can drop them in the AMA questions section, and I will address it next time. But otherwise, yeah, quite a quiet past couple weeks here, and I think this is the quietest the chat has ever been. So one way or another, hopefully that is a good sign of things to come, that we're starting to crest the corner and we're in just a quiet stage of the market. But we will take that. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll look forward to seeing you next time and in the different chats. Always remember, of course, that you matter for who you are. And until next time, have a great day. Peace out, everybody.